Hi, this is Paul at School Bus Talk. On this episode of School Bus Talk, I'm going to do a sequel or a part two to a popular video I did about the root causes of the school bus driver shortage. Now, that video was published in February 2024, and I'll put a tag link to that video in the upper right-hand corner. Now, I've been following this issue in the USA and Canada for the past 12 months, and there's been a number of important developments. Let's first take a look at a YouTube short that I did related to a wildcat strike that happened during Thanksgiving 2024 in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. These school bus drivers in Winston-Salem, Forsyth County, North Carolina schools started a work strike around the school days near Thanksgiving 2024 because of parent-student bad behavior, safety troubles, and low pay. As reported on abc45.com, 50 drivers walked off the job. The starting pay for school bus drivers in Winston-Salem is $16.69 an hour. The school bus drivers regret that they had to take this drastic action, but the school bosses weren't listening to their concerns. Driver Breon James said,
There's low pay. We're not getting our hours. We're not getting fair treatment. We're having to deal with students not being disciplined correctly. We're having to deal with disrespect from all angles.
Superintendent Tricia McManus promised to address the student discipline issue and the low pay. At last report, the work strike continues. Route 1 clear. School bus driver safety was also an issue in Winston-Salem, but let's concentrate on the issue of pay. Then I'll come back and we'll talk about driver safety and student discipline, because that seems to be a developing issue in the school bus driver shortage in the past 12 months. It's not just school bus drivers that have grievances with pay. Even where school buses are operated by private, small, independent contractors, there's trouble. Look at this news report from Rutherford County, Tennessee, where school bus driver contractors want a 35% increase. There's evidence that when school districts increase pay, it helps. There's a report from Arizona where they raised the pay in Tucson to $21.33 an hour, and the school bus driver shortage abated. Regardless, the school bus driver shortage continues. There are a number of stories in the media in February 2025 about Great Falls, Montana, and Chilton County, Alabama, where there was school bus drivers got sick and routes had to be canceled because so many drivers were sick and there were no substitutes to do the route. Some districts are getting creative about how to solve the driver shortage problem. Here's a story from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where district administrators and teachers, as well as coaches, are training to be school bus drivers to help out when there's a driver shortage. So that covers many of the developing stories related to school bus driver pay and creative ideas that districts are implementing. Let's talk about changing the licensing requirements and easing them. There are some states that are making changes to ease requirements. Here's a story from New York State, which extended the waiver to eliminate the under the hood knowledge requirement for the school bus driver license test. And then here's a story from Tennessee, where the state legislature proposed a bill to lower the school bus driver licensing age from 25 years of age to 21 years of age. Of course, not all states are easing school bus driver requirements. There's always an exception. In the face of the driver shortage, here's a story from the Oklahoma State Board of Education, where they're pushing for stricter driver requirements, which has some of the people and parents confused about whether there really is a driver shortage problem. One issue that seems to be developing in the school bus driver shortage issue is safety and student discipline. In South Carolina, drivers went on a strike over a lack of student discipline. Let's take a look at a short that I did regarding this issue in South Carolina. These school bus drivers from Dillon County, South Carolina, held a one-day work strike on Thursday, October 17th, 2024, because of student bad behavior and parents making threats. As reported on WPDE.com, the spokesperson for the striking drivers, Melissa Bullard, said,
"We had kids even try to set bus on fire this year. The kids cursed us, call us out our names, throwing food at us, pencils, crayon, coming on the bus, the parents trying to come on the bus."
Due to the school bus driver shortage, lots of kids missed school. The drivers understood the impact on the students, but felt that drastic action was necessary to draw attention to bad behavior and threats. The drivers returned to school the next day. All the students received excused absences. Route 1 clear. The incidence of parents and students assaulting school bus drivers seems to be happening and is a nationwide trend, not just in South Carolina. Let's look at some news reports about this. In February 2024, a parent assaulted a school bus driver in Dallas. In April 2024, a parent attacked a school bus driver in Arizona. In September 2024, there was a fight on a school bus between a parent, a student, and a driver in Colorado. Here's another story from October 2024, where a 12-year-old boy assaulted a school bus driver in Washington State. The boy then climbed on top of the bus, and the police had some difficulty taking the juvenile into custody. Here's another story from October 2024, where a parent assaulted a school bus driver in Buffalo, New York. November 2024, a parent assaulted a school bus driver in Florida. December 2024, there was a school bus driver assault in Providence, Rhode Island, which was captured on video. Now, I did a YouTube short on that incident, so let's take a look at that YouTube short now. This Rhode Island man goes crazy with rage, anger, and assaults a school bus driver with racial slurs and threats. Let's go to the video. As reported on WPRI.com on December 10th, 2024, Robert McCourt, 39, came onto a school bus in East Providence, Rhode Island, started yelling at the school bus driver and the bus aide. The reason for McCourt's outrageous behavior are not clear. He complained that his son was crying and the bus seats were uncomfortable. McCourt gets in the driver's face, threatens to hurt his family.
You make my son cry again, and I'm going to make family cry.
McCourt was arrested and charged with assault and battery and disorderly conduct. Route 1 clear. This issue related to school bus driver safety has me deeply concerned. Now, I haven't had any trouble with my safety operating the school bus, but I have had incidents of parents trying to come on the school bus. And so I do know that this seems to be a developing trend in the USA. I'm hoping that school administrators and the public take it seriously because, pay and the licensing requirements are really a restrainer for becoming a school bus driver. If you're worried about whether you're going to be assaulted or your safety while operating the school bus, that's going to make a lot of people reluctant to go into the field. So if you have any comments related to the school bus driver shortage, please make them. That wraps up this episode of Bus Talk. Remember, safety is essential.